referendum was a real catastrophe.
You're exaggerating, Mr. Parizeau. The option has gained 10% since '73.
There is a small comfort in that. The fact is, Trudeau will settle the constitutional issue any way he wants now.
Exactly.
I think the government should resign as a whole.
No. No.
Yes, we've lost our legitimacy to govern.
No, wait. That's the view of the opposition, of Claude Ryan.
Mr. Champ, please.
We were elected to run a province. So that's what we'll do. Like it or not, Quebec is still part of Canada.
If we have to go begging to Ottawa, let's go for the big bucks.
I don't agree. Let's negotiate a new division of power, a true political equality.
It's a trap. We'll be forced to negotiate file by file. We'll be in the minority every time.
When I listen to you, Mr. Morin, you sound scared of independence. You don't even say the word anymore. How can we move an idea forward if we keep apologizing for it?
We have to go to Ottawa. Mr. Morin is right. And we must defend Quebec's traditional position, political equality.
He'll never give the provinces anything. All Trudeau wants is his bloody Charter of Rights entrenched in the Constitution. Would disrupt his bilingual policy. Trudeau will take advantage of the fact that we lost the referendum.
No, this won't go down so easily. London has warned Ottawa. They'll have to get a green light from the provinces to patriate the Constitution. I've started to forge an alliance with other provinces.
Common fronts never work. Quebec must speak for itself, particularly about money.
Chrétien trumpets it from every hilltop. Ottawa's responsible for the economy.
That's the old point, my friend. Ottawa's economic policies favor Ontario, not Quebec.
I
Gentlemen,
know that.
please. We'll have plenty of time.
Hey, you?
Hey René, tu me dis plus bonjour?
Ah, t'étais là, toi?
Tu me prends pour un journaliste?
Bon.
Allons-y.
Hi, René.
Hi, sir. How are you today?
Before the box, can I bring some?
Well, I think Ontario is the only province willing to hand anything over to Ottawa.
You know, you're right, damn it.
Well,
The federal government is not going to lay a hand on my oil patch, I'll tell you that. Repatriating the Constitution is completely out of the question until we get that settled.
same with us. Hydroelectricity.
This salmon is not fresh. What do you think of the fish, Bill?
Yeah, maybe.
I thought something might be wrong, but maybe that's because it swam all the way from New Brunswick.
Well, it looks okay to me. But it's sockeye salmon from British Columbia.
Tastes oily. Must be from Alberta.
Hey.
That fish was excellent. Thank you, Pierre. Cheers.
In an initial attempt to reconcile the federal government and the provinces, and to achieve a consensus on what is called the patriation of the 1867 Constitution, which is still an act of the British Parliament, Prime Minister Trudeau wants to insert a Charter of Rights in a new basic law. But most provinces are opposed to bringing home the Constitution before agreeing on an amendment formula and a new sharing of powers.
Gentlemen, order, order. Allow me to welcome you to this last chance constitutional conference. Like you, I hope to finally reach an agreement and patriate our 1867 Constitution from London and...
We just laid our hands on a document you absolutely have to see. Comes from our Quebec Bureau in Ottawa. Levesque.
Sorry.
The Kirby report?
How did you get this?
It came from a federal employee who's disgusted with what's going on.
Monsieur Levesque. Read the conclusion. I underlined it. It says it all.
The First Minister's Conference will fail and the House of Commons will be summoned September 29th to pass a motion for the unilateral reform of the Constitution. Everything's already been decided. It's all for show. What a bunch of hypocrites.
Gentlemen, how about a picture of all the...
That's all set. Yeah, I will.
Gotta speak first.
Gentlemen, how about a group shot?
Can we just get everyone in this?
Mr. Trudeau's people have come up with a bunch of scenarios that are so cynical, it makes your hair stand on end.
Well, their behavior just leaves a kind of bad taste in your mouth.
If I'm not mistaken, the majority of my colleagues here don't want to patriate the Constitution. Not until we agree on the division of powers, at a minimum.
I will never accept more decentralization. It would destroy Canada as a country. And if you stick to your position, I'll go to London on my own and demand, give us our independence.
If you do that, the country will split apart.
If the country breaks up because I try to patriate our Constitution and attach a Charter of Rights, it bloody well deserves to break up.
Well, hats off to Quebec. At least they're trying to find a Canadian solution to an impossible situation.
If I had to choose, I'd rather Levesque's version of Canada than Trudeau's.
Before Canadians in all good faith, I'm forced to admit that faced with the province's blockade, I'm obliged to proceed without delay to the unilateral patriation of the Constitution.
I talked with Laurier again. He's with us. Rock solid.
There are at least 7 of us. Maybe even Blakeney from Saskatchewan.
That would be 8. Forced patriation is a bloody insult to the dignity of Quebec. I will take the fight to the National Assembly and all the way to London, if need be, to make damn sure Quebec is not trampled on yet again. Obviously, we'll need a new mandate. When we announce the election date, we can honestly say we won't hold a referendum during our next term. How about Monday, April 13th? I'm not crazy about the 13th, but at least it's not a Friday. Thank you. Good evening. Morning. Have a seat.
I have something to tell you. I'm not going to run. I never imagined it would be like this.
What, politics?
Power? The way having a limousine and a driver isolates us from all the problems and from each other.
Well, maybe, but that's no reason.
Since the events, I've been unable to move my files forward. I lost what I most prized. My credibility with women. After that disaster, I would have liked to hear that you still had respect for me. But your silence.
But I didn't boot you out of cabinet. I don't understand.
The new Levesque team!
And contrary to what they said in 1976, we are not a flash in the pan anymore.
Not only the Gang of Eight, but the entire nation waited for a Supreme Court ruling. When it came, it was not clear-cut. The unilateral patriation of the Constitution proposed by Prime Minister Trudeau is legal, it says, but without the province's assent, it is unconstitutional under the Federation's long-standing conventions.
Well, Mr. Ryan, the Supreme Court ruled in Trudeau's favor, so I thought I should show you the text of the motion of resistance we plan to table in the National Assembly to condemn Ottawa's action.
You took your sweet time. We should have had this conversation long ago. I could have helped. But I appreciate the gesture, believe me. Since you beat us in the election, 3/4 of the party want my head.
A leader is always alone to face destiny.
On the other hand, I've recovered my freedom of speech, and I've decided to take advantage of it. After all, my first loyalty is to Quebec.
I should have sought your advice earlier.
The motion of resistance to the unilateral patriation of the Canadian Constitution receives the assent of 111 members, 9 opposed.
Mr. Speaker, to the people of Quebec.
What upsets the English-speaking provinces is the right of veto. And to block anything, Quebec just has to say no.
It's just fine that way, Monsieur Morin.
Yes, well, maybe we should propose replacing the veto with the right to opt out of any federal program with full financial compensation.
Seems an honorable compromise.
Oh, come on. Consensus is forming. I already have the approval of 7 provinces.
Who, given half a chance, will patch things up with Trudeau? Don't go there.
I don't agree. We have to go back to Ottawa and try one last time.
It's a try.
Mr. Parizeau, my re-election was a mandate from Quebecers to negotiate with Ottawa in their name.
Go. Go ahead. But I'm telling you, you're wasting your time.
I often hear that Parizeau is the one who leads.
Claude Charon and Marc-André Bédard are coming with me to Ottawa. No discussion.
Monsieur Bédard doesn't speak English fluently. It will complicate discussions with the delegates of the other provinces.
Charon is a good idea. But we need a lawyer to iron out the bugs.
Bédard's restrained. Sometimes I react impulsively. I like having him near me. Besides, Mr. Morin will be doing the talking with the other provinces.
And what do we do with Mr. Parizeau?
He can come as an observer. Bon, merci. Allez-y. Get out of here, please. I didn't ask for anything.
René, stop acting like a child. They're just vitamins.
I don't need your vitamins.
They'll help get you through it, that's all.
Listen, René. Do it for me. Have you seen the bags under your eyes? You look scary. Come on.
I don't have any advice, Mr. Premier. Except get some rest. Otherwise, you'll blow a gasket.
Yeah. I want you there with me. You gotta come.
Why? What am I supposed to do in Ottawa? Could you tell me why I should go with you?
When you're with me, it helps me,
Yeah,
Corinne.
it helps you. It helps you because you're venting your rage on me, and it helps you unwind. That's what you mean.
We're just talking. We're talking. Maybe you'd rather talk with someone else.
Don't change the subject! I won't go to Ottawa just so you can dump on me. Do you understand? Ah!
I'm sorry.
Oh, leave me alone.
The Prime Minister calls provincial leaders to Ottawa to try one last time to reach an agreement. Opposing him is the common front of the 7 provinces standing by Quebec. The conference is not making any progress. High noon for Trudeau and Levesque. Only one man's dream would come out alive.
We're getting nowhere.
We knew that.
We're going around in circles. We might as well end the conference.
Well, what a nice way to react.
He's putting on a little show. He'll calm down.
Well, I need a breath of fresh air, too.
Corinne, listen. I'm sorry about last night. I don't know what's wrong with me these days. Nothing against you, of course. I miss you. I miss you when you're not here at my side. an amazing story.
I tried roll en français.
You should tell the story in French.
C'est meilleur en français.
Yeah, meilleur is a good word.
En français n'est pas. Point's not so good, but.
Here's something I think you should look at.
What is it? Oh, a new proposal?
I'm proposing a way out of this crisis.
What's he talking about?
First time I heard of it.
I'm proposing no right to veto, no right to opt out, and no financial compensation.
That's the position Trudeau's been trying to ram down our throats for the past 2 days.
I'd go further. Linguistic minorities can go to school in the language of their choice as long as they have numbers to warrant it.
When did you have this bright idea, Mr. Blakeney? Last night in your dreams?
René.
Breakfast.
They're dropping us. Is that your common front, Mr. Morin?
What happened? Claude Morin seemed so confident, so sure of himself.
It's really weird. Now we have to fight just to maintain our financial compensation when we opt out of federal programs. Or we'll have given up our veto for nothing. They're all scheming. It's all falling apart.
Are you okay? You don't seem well.
I don't understand people who go back on their word. You can't break a promise like that. Otherwise, life's not worth living.
What are you trying to say, René?
I love you.
I love you too. Try to get some sleep.
Yes. You too. Good night.
Good night, my love.
Mr. Parizeau was right. The other provinces are abandoning us.
We can't rely on Bill Bennett or Blakeney. You know, what are we gonna do?
Hello, Lorraine.
Mr. Levesque, Mr. Ryan has sent you a telegram. Now he's begging us to get our veto back. And he doesn't understand why you don't return his calls.
You look like a guy who needs a martini.
Read this. It will raise your spirits.
Mr. Parizeau,
Yes?
come to Ottawa.
Why? You didn't invite me before.
Come anyway. I've got something to show you.
I'll be there in 2 hours.
Thank you. come in. Oh, Mr. Parizeau, thank you for coming. Here, Trudeau's whole strategy is in there. The discussions he's had with his cabinet on the constitutional issue, what he plans to do, their position. It's the first break we've had since we got here. Now at least we know what tune they're dancing to.
Michael Pitfield, clerk of the Privy Council. Where did you get this?
Lorraine Lagacé.
It's too good to be true.
It's not the first report Lorraine's put her hands on. Believe me, it's reliable.
This is a highly confidential document. Top secret. It's a trap.
You see conspiracies everywhere, Mr. Parizeau.
The feds are circulating false information.
You're the only one who thinks so.
Go ahead, then. Fall into the trap.
Come on. I asked you to come and help us, not to throw a wrench in the works.
You're right. I have nothing to do here. This place is a pigsty.
Vous bluffez.
Pourquoi dites-vous ça, vous, le grand démocrate? Si le Québec peut tenir un référendum, pourquoi le Canada n'en tiendrait-il pas un?
Si le Premier ministre veut aller devant le peuple, c'est légitime, c'est démocratique, mais il va me trouver sur son chemin.
That's a crazy idea. But we can't decide a thing like that just now.
Why not?
Because we need more time. Put your proposal in writing. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
We have to let Trudeau hold a referendum. We held one. We told him if you want to change the country, hold one too.
No province wants a referendum.
Good afternoon. We have an important announcement. An agreement between Quebec and Canada is forming around the idea of holding a national referendum. And Mr. Levesque agrees with that.
The Quebec papers say that the Common Front collapsed because of the Trudeau-Levesque alliance. In Alberta, they talk about a deal between two Quebecers. Well, that's not good. We have to backpedal.
Backpedal? Backpedal? That's easy to say. Levesque was impulsive, okay? He reacted too fast.
How come you went to Ottawa without any plan B? Something else. How come Trudeau seems to know all of our strategy?
Well, I can put him on, but I can't guarantee what kind of mood he's in, okay?
Come on. Okay.
Monsieur Levesque?
Yes.
It's Michel.
Yes. No, Mr. Carpentier, you don't understand. And you understand even less about what's going on here. No, you're not in it up to your neck like I am. I'll explain to you when I get back to Quebec City. In the meantime, don't bother me.
All right.
You understand?
Yes, Mr. Levesque.
I just received the federal proposal. It's all Greek to me. Mr. Trudeau is the only one talking about an alliance, not me. That's all I have to say.
Don't worry. Even if Quebec is not on board, Trudeau and Levesque will work it out between themselves.
John,
sure hope you're right.
There's a rumor Trudeau will adjourn the conference at 10 tomorrow morning because there's a deadlock.
That's exactly what we want.
Moose steak. Yeah, fine, fine. Could you go a little faster, please? I'd like to catch the 10 o'clock news.
Monsieur Levesque.
Okay. You've got your potash deal.
Okay. Count me in.
Thank you. Any calls from the other provinces?
Nothing. The feds painted themselves into a corner.
Well, I spoke to Laurier's people this afternoon. They're going to call us. If something happens, they're going to call us. That's...
Bon appétit.
We have an agreement on a draft of the new constitution. Romano and McMurtry spent the night on it.
Goodbye veto?
Yes, sir. The right to opt out, but no compensation, and of course, no recognition of Quebec's listing society.
Bill Davis called. I told him we were dropping the referendum plan. Do you have everybody on side?
Manitoba hasn't signed yet.
Well, if they don't sign, it means Quebec won't be isolated.
We didn't invite them. They would have blocked the agreement. They're separatists. All they want to do is to break up Canada.
Good morning, Mr. Bennett.
Oh, hi.
Gentlemen, good morning. Morning.
Morning.
Hi. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Pickford. How are you? What's that?
Who's the bearer of the best news? It's Bill. Cheers.
Sir? Well, it was tough, but it was worth it.
One thing's for sure. The day will come when those colleagues of mine who had so much fun at this conference will have to admit that maybe it was not so much fun after all. Quebec will never sign this agreement. What they did is make a Canada without Quebec. A Canada which excludes Quebec, while keeping it in chains. It's horrible. It's a disgusting irony that after 114 years, Canada becomes legally independent, while the ones who wanted independence are left with nothing. Cowardice. It's the most glaring example of the double standard that is applied to our two distinct nations in this country. I don't know how all this is gonna end, but somebody will have to fix it. However much time it takes, this is a time bomb.
We have to warn Mr. Levesque. Claude Morin is on the RCMP's payroll.
Impossible. I need evidence before I believe that.
He's an extremely intelligent man. He doesn't leave tracks, never leaves anything to chance.
You're close to him? Get him to talk. I need a tape, something tangible, otherwise I can't do anything.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Have a seat.
I need to talk to you about Mr. Parizeau. I have issues with him.
We don't talk politics at cocktail time. It's sacred. Anyway, Mr. Johnson, who doesn't have issues with Mr. Parizeau? Your father was a great premier. I was with him the night he...
The night he died, I know.
We spoke at length, mostly about politics, but about many other things as well. He didn't feel like going to bed. Neither did I. We shook hands when we parted. I remember his hand was weaker than usual. I also remember thinking that we didn't see enough of each other. Politics or not, whether we are on the same side or not.
He gave his life to politics.
There's no room for a life in this business. None.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the $10,000 you got from the RCMP. Don't pretend you don't understand.
Hey, what's wrong with you? Don't talk about that here. Want to eat something?
I knew I needed hard evidence. Why did you take the money? You had a choice between a lot of money or none at all.
I didn't want them to set up another network I couldn't control.
Paid by the RCMP.
Do the right thing. Admit what you told me about the $10,000 you took from the RCMP. One day or another, it's gonna come out. And it's not gonna look good for you.
It's impossible.
For 10 years, apparently.
Dogmatic. Doctrinaire. That's what I don't like about you, indépendantiste. I do not want Quebec to become like that.
What is this? My death sentence?
Those are the terms. I'll never speak about it as long as I live. You'll resign, but I want a signed confession. How could you? After all those years.
It was a calculated risk. I knew what I was doing.
You thought you were smarter than the RCMP?
They were trying to infiltrate us. They approached me. I agreed. I wanted to know what they were planning, and most of all, what they knew.
Without talking to me. That's arrogance, Mr. Moore. Arrogance.
I tried to tell you once. Didn't take me seriously.
I will never take part in such a sham again. We were raped in Ottawa. That's what I'll tell them.
Mr. Levesque, the choice of words is important. There's a lot of tension in the air right now. Mr. Parizeau is pushing the idea that a majority in the next election is enough to declare independence.
That's not an idea, that's an obsession. Has Cohen and her goddamn bodyguard arrived?
I'm telling you, he's not well. He doesn't want to be here. Usually he prepares for convention, but not this time. He's always angry.
Of course he's upset. Sovereignty without association is gaining ground.
That's not it. Listen, you're a doctor. I think you can...
Michel, don't mix things up. I'm not a doctor anymore. I'm a minister.
Levesque's a wounded old lion. He won't go down without fighting.
To hell with the hyphen. To hell with association. Morin's step-by-step process is over and done with.
At least the third of the delegates will support you on that.
The next election must be a referendum election. If we are re-elected, we declare independence, period.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Parti Quebecois and Premier of Quebec, Mr. René Levesque.
He looks exhausted.
I'm afraid he can't take the pressure anymore.
I will never expose Quebec to such humiliation again. No more illusions. No more games with loaded dice. No more play acting. We will only think of Quebec's future. What I'm saying is, if English Canada wants association, fine. If not, too bad. It is not mandatory for independence. Please,
What made him say that?
Okay. I told them what they wanted to hear.
You just poured a bucket of fuel on the fire. The radicals applaud when you speak like that. And if the party gets more radical, you're the one who'll pay the price.
I know my delegates.
Mr. Levesque, you seem to forget we lost the referendum and we've just been had by Trudeau. Your delegates are enraged. They'd riot in the streets if you ask them to.
What is it?
They've just passed a resolution that strikes out all references to association with the rest of Canada.
Oh, Jesus.
When I said a vote for us would be tantamount to a vote for independence, I didn't mean I'm against association with the rest of the country. I can't believe we're going back over that.
The resolution was written in black and white in the agenda.
Yeah, well, I never thought it would pass.
Well, it passed.
I'll demolish it. Look, I've been fighting for association with the rest of Canada since 1968. I begged the delegates to put association back into the main resolution. The party is gambling its life. We can't ignore reality. People don't live on paper. It's absolutely essential to preserve the notion of economic interdependence with the rest of the country.
Good.
I don't believe it. He's going up against Levesque.
Can't argue against the Premier's proposal while you're still in cabinet. You just can't do that.
Oh my God, that breaks my heart.
Please. I may very well be out of order, but I want to be clear on one thing. Mr. Chairman, does the motion say that sovereignty could or must include an offer of association?
Could include an offer of association.
Could. In that case, despite the delegates' warm reception, I must, I realize I'm at the wrong microphone.
That was close.
You'll have to find a new boss, Mr. Germain.
Why? What did I do?
Oh no, it's not you, it's me. I don't want to lead a party full of crazy people anymore. I'll start a new one.
If I were you, I'd sleep on it.
What are we waiting for?
Mrs. Levesque. She told me she was coming.
She came by herself. Let her find her own way back. Let's go. You have a crush on your little bodyguard who reeks of perfume? Fine. But how does that make me look?
How have I looked all these years? I can't believe this. We met because you were chasing skirts. That's how you are. But I've come to terms with it because I love you.
Everybody's letting me down. Even you.
He wasn't even there when the Montreal Centre delegates had their resolution adopted.
A party that wins the most seats can do anything, even independence.
Yeah, and he had one of his fits. I've never seen him so mad.
He's right, it makes no sense. Imagine if we win with 45% of the vote. You don't declare independence with 45% support.
Well, that's Parizeau. His ideas always win out.
So what have you decided?
You'll see. In my absence, the Montreal Centre delegates passed a motion which is, in my view, absolutely and irrevocably anti-democratic. I do not feel bound by that decision in any way. So I would ask that you allow me a few days to think about it. Listen, I would simply say I'm gonna ask the general membership for a vote of confidence. Because if nothing changes, I have no business remaining party president.
You're going over the delegates' heads?
What if the membership questions your leadership?
If I don't get at least 100,000 votes, I'll leave. It's up to the membership to decide. They'll have the last word. Do you still think I behave like a dictator, Mr. Carpentier?
143,000 members voted, and you got the support of 95% of them. That's huge.
Not too bad.
Even dictators in banana republics don't win by margins like that. Members who did not appreciate the process called it the referendum.
I may have gone a bit far, but we've come to an understanding. It's sovereignty, association, all the way. I'm gonna tell the membership that I truly feel at home in this party.
Cheers.
Stay.
I booked a long time ago, René.
Cancel?
It's only for a few days. I need it.
Wait until the end of the session? We'll go to Paris together.
I can't wait for you anymore, René.
René Levesque, listen to me. Call off your goddamn gang of goons. We have high unemployment. Interest rates border on 20%. And we have public employees demanding more. Personally, I can't help thinking of factory workers who can lose their jobs, their homes, their cars, overnight. while our public employees enjoy across-the-board job security, high wages, and a secure pension. Something's not right. Those who have it easy must think of those who have it hard.
I agree with you, but still, I think we have to be careful. We need the union vote. They're our main support.
It's a poor bargaining position. We tried that before.
Let's reopen the collective agreement. Let's cancel the raises we gave public employees and negotiate more modest ones based on our ability to pay.
Out of the question. We can't just tear up our signature.
It's a sign you're heading to bankruptcy when you start buying the groceries on credit.
There aren't that many solutions. We cannot let Quebec go bankrupt. If it takes special legislation to get them back to work, we'll pass it. And that's final. Miss Parker, what time is it in Paris?
6 hours ahead, as usual. That makes it 4 in the morning.
Has she called?
No. And if there's nothing else, I'll be going, okay?
Okay, thank you. Get me Boivin and Carpentier, please.
Everyone's left, Mr. Levesque. Except for me and Mr. Guérin.
Okay, thank you.
In Quebec, the Common Front is making headlines. 35,000 public employees have answered their leader's call to demonstrate in Quebec City streets as the confrontation goes on between unions and the government. Demonstrators burnt Levesque and Parizeau in effigy and portrayed the premier as the Nazi Führer, Adolf Hitler.
A Nazi, Mr. Germain. Me, a Nazi.
I know. Come on, let's get you to bed. Let me take this, Mr. Levesque.
I saw the death camps. Imagine comparing me to that. Oh, she's back. Thank you. Good night.
I was waiting for you to come home. What have you been up to? You've been drinking again.
A little. Just a little. Corinne, they called me a Nazi. Germain, you need a doctor?
No, it's all right, but if someone had an handkerchief...
It's okay, I have one. There were police officers at the entrance. I saw them. They didn't do anything. It's okay, sit down, lean forward.
It's normal. Union solidarity, you know, they're public employees too.
Real hoodlums.
We have no choice. It's too late. We passed Bill 111. We'll have to live with it.
The National with Knowlton Nash. Good evening. The people who watched it happen called it a nightmare. A Canadian soldier walked into the Quebec National Assembly carrying a submachine gun. He said he wanted to destroy the Parti Quebecois government. When it was over, 3 people were dead, 13 others wounded. We begin
The weapons I have are meant to kill the people who have done a lot of harm.
Son of a bitch!
The sitting government, the Parti Quebecois, including René Levesque, are people who have done a lot of harm to the French people in Quebec and Canada. Today, the Parti Quebecois will be destroyed.
I'll kill René Levesque! I'll shoot him! I'm gonna take out my gun. I'll shoot René Levesque.
They want to make an independent Quebec. They won't succeed. I'll destroy them before.
Since our referendum defeat, it no longer makes sense to continue talking about sovereignty. From now on, the only responsible strategy is to regain for the people of Quebec what was lost at Mr. Trudeau's Constitutional Conference. With a new government in Ottawa that is reasonable and willing to talk, I believe that federalism is a worthy risk.
We have to repair the harm of the former government and bring Quebec back to the negotiating table to sign the 1982 Constitution.
And like you said, with honor and enthusiasm.
With honor and enthusiasm.
"16 years together in politics. Over. Just like that. Do you realize?
I know. My decision was heart-wrenching. I joined you for independence.
I know.
What's the point of continuing if it's not on the agenda anymore?
It's still on the agenda. Independence remains the PQ's goal. You know that. But in the meantime, I have to take the hand Mulroney is offering us to repair the damage done by Trudeau.
Mr. Levesque, it's not worth the risk. It will come to nothing. I know it's tempting to grasp at straws, but for 16 years, I've been saying it's pointless. It's unproductive and humiliating for Quebec.
Doesn't tolerate any criticism. Tell him something he doesn't want to hear, you're out.
Laurier's letter. He came in jeans. He hadn't shaved. Damn. Can you imagine? A minister resigns in jeans. At this rate, we'll be in the minority in the National Assembly soon. Do we still have a majority? How many more ministers before we are in a minority?
We're good.
I can't take it anymore. It's unbearable. He doesn't sleep. He keeps me up just so we'll have an audience. He distrusts everybody, and he takes it out on me.
Have you tried talking to him? You don't have to put up with that.
I don't recognize him anymore. He drinks all the time. He didn't used to drink like that. He was always good to me, kind, loving. Now he's violent. He's not the man I knew, Alice. He's so angry.
You're the best thing that ever happened to him. Take a vacation. Lucie has always done wonders for him. It suits him.
Miss, the same.
I think you've drank enough.
It's New Year's. Make it a double. Are you through babying me? You're not my mother.
Mom wouldn't have put up with that for long, René.
That's right, take her side.
You've gone too far. I've had enough.
Can't we have fun on New Year's? Oh, you like to have fun on New Year's? Wanna dance? A little bit.
René, that's enough. Come and sit down.
I work hard. Don't you see I'm relaxing? I have a right to relax. Oh, come on.
Can't stand it anymore.
Okay, go ahead. Say it. Call me a has-been.
Come on, Mr. Levesque. I'll take you to your room. Come with me.
What are you doing?
Going swimming?
René, it's night.
I know, I'm not stupid.
It's too rough now. It's no time to go swimming.
I was born by the seashore. I know how to swim.
Well, yeah, well, now you've been drinking, it's dangerous. Come to bed.
You're stifling me. I need some air.
Hey, I won't let you drown just because you don't want me anymore. Ah! Bastard! Yeah, go drown yourself. We have to get him back to Quebec City, Jean-Guy. I'm afraid for him. And I'm afraid for myself. I put sleeping pills in his scotch. He slept 2 hours.
Booze and pills don't mix.
I'd like to see you in my place. I do what I can. I'm exhausted. If we stay together, one of us will end up dead.
We have to go, Mr. Levesque.
Stress, booze, cigarettes. He's got all the symptoms.
Symptoms of what?
The doctor is coming. He'll have to do a thorough examination, but I'd say serious breakdown, paranoid delirium.
We can't say that. Not in public.
Burnout.
He's falling apart. That's what's happening.
We can declare him incompetent.
Hi.
Hello. Where is he?
In his office. Holed up like a hunted animal.
Told him to go home and try to get some sleep, but he won't listen.
Get out. I don't want to see anybody.
God, what are you, nuts?
Mr. Levesque is not well at all. We'll have to take him to the hospital. It's getting dangerous. We don't want to be held responsible if there's any permanent damage. It's very difficult for me to see him like this. It breaks my heart.
I'll come back. I'll be there tomorrow.
Corinne? I'm truly sorry, but he just can't function as premier anymore.
It's you? I thought it was that bloody doctor again. Oh, I'm not sick.
I know. You're not sick.
I haven't been sick a day in my life. I don't know why I would start now. A1. It wasn't worth interrupting my vacation.
Yes, but still, you're a bit tired.
Tired?
Yes, Mr. Levesque. You are tired. You're too tired to carry on like this.
All of you, leave me alone! I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They said I could go home.
You're in such a hurry to leave me.
Can I have a smoke? Bye, José. You're sweet.
What did you expect? They sent you the best.
You look like a child. How old are you?
27.
I have a 27-year-old daughter.
I thought she was older.
Actually, I have two daughters. But the one your age, I haven't been much of a father to her. And all the better for her, I should add.
Why'd you say that?
I haven't been a good father. Anyone would have done better. My dear Vice President, dear Nadia, you were not without suspecting, like many others, that sooner or later I would leave the chairmanship of the Parti Quebecois. After careful consideration, I am sending you this letter which represents my resignation effective this very day.
C'est-tu vraiment important, Monsieur Lévesque, de créer le secrétariat à la condition féminine? Hein? Il n'y avait pas d'autre chose à faire, il me semble? C'est-tu vraiment nécessaire, cette loi-là, en 1981, qui a modifié le Code civil et qui a décrété que dans le mariage, la femme est égale de l'homme? Je suis d'accord, moi-même, pour les autres femmes, mais pas la mienne. Et c'est encore, malheureusement, sous votre règne, qu'on a réécrit les livres d'école et qu'on a fait faire aux petits gars tout ce que la petite Yvette faisait si bien. On va bien passer la parole à quelqu'un d'autre.
Don't you find this ironic?
It gives me an odd feeling.
They're toasting you tonight, but they're the same people who just pushed you out the door.
Out the door of the party I founded. What has become of my friends I held so dear and loved so much?
I love you.
Despite everything. Then I'm a happy man. There you are. Eric Kieran's.
When I heard you were here, I couldn't help myself.
I'm so happy to see you. You're better preserved than I am. It must be the sea air. I never should have left the Gaspé.
Mr. Kieran's, Mr. Levesque, could you just...
Yeah.
If I were left alone on this earth with just one other person, I'd choose René Levesque. Have you taken care of your affairs, René? Have you even thought about it?
What affairs?
Well, you, Karen, your financial security. For your old age, René.
We don't see each other for years, and you want to talk about money. You know perfectly well that's something I never think about.
Well, you should.
I have a lot of other things to do first.
You still believe in separation?
Not separation, Eric. Independence. And I have not changed my mind, not in the least.